At least 7 people have been killed and dozens injured in Cairo when Egyptian Army Special Forces opened fire to clear supporters of the deposed President Mohamed Morsi from outside a barracks where they believe he's being held. Witnesses said the soldiers attacked the protesters during dawn prayers. One said they'd used live ammunition, birdshot and tear gas, and there are conflicting figures coming in on the death tolls.
At least 16 people have been killed in Egypt outside the military barracks where ousted President Morsi is being held. That's according to medical sources. The Muslim Brotherhood put the number of dead at 34. A field hospital has been set up to deal with the wounded. Shots were apparently fired by the military at Morsi supporters.
Witnesses have told Al Jazeera many of those who died were shot from behind while they were praying. The attack was near the Republican Guard headquarters, the military facility where some people believe Mohamed Morsi is being held. The military says one of its officers also died. Well, thousands of people have been there showing their support for the deposed leader, demanding he be reinstated. The Egyptian military blames terrorists for the attack.
After this shooting incident took place, we're in an emergency field hospital close to where the shootings broke out, and still wounded people are being carried in the arms and on the shoulders of other supporters of Mr. Morsi, bringing them in to this emergency field hospital. It must be said that people are still dying too. Just moments ago, we watched a volunteer medic doing open surgery on a chest wound suffered by one of the people who had been shot. They worked away for possibly half an hour, and shortly after that man died, they've just laid out his body on the ground now, covered him with a shroud and draped him in an Egyptian flag. With his death, that makes 8 bodies that we have counted here at this makeshift field hospital. I've now talked also to the medic in charge of the field hospital, Mohamed Zanafi. He is the consultant surgeon who normally works in a private hospital. He has told me, according to what he has seen, that there are now more than 20 people dead, and he says between 300 and 400 people have been wounded.
What they did is put an end to Egypt's first democratic experiment after only 1 year and return power back to the military.
Boltagui said the Freedom and Justice Party will not accept dialogue until Morsi has his presidential authority restored. Meanwhile, opponents of Morsi, who had demanded his resignation, are also holding a massive rally. The military has deployed armored vehicles as a precaution against possible clashes between the two sides. The political process for an early election is ongoing under the military's leadership, but that's facing a serious challenge as the Muslim Brotherhood steps up its protests.
Those who support the ousted president were saying that they would stay on the street during the entire duration of the Ramadan, which is set to begin shortly, the month of fasting in Islam. But in any case, again, it's difficult to verify whether the members of the Brotherhood were the first ones to open fire or whether it was the army.